Good morning to everyone, and welcome again to the Kessel News Show 21. So today we have part number 3 of our news show, and we will talk about, as you can see on the screen behind me, about our new lifting station Aqualift S 100 and 200, and about our brand new Aqualift S 100 Basic. So I expect 1.5 hours for our market launch today.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Hello, everybody. Let's start with the first product.
Yeah,
right.
First of all, hello from our side. Hello, Martin.
Yeah, hi.
Really nice to be here today with you to join us and to present our new product.
It's nice to have the product manager here with us, with our partners, and we will show you the product in detail. But at first, let's see what do we have. So the first is that we will show you the Aqualift S 100, 200, and this is a lifting station for private and commercial use. So it's for both areas. And it is important that's for wastewater without sewage, not black water, so for gray water or rainwater. And the third important thing, that's a freestanding installation. We have a lot of products for installation in a concrete. Now it's a product for above the floor. So that is the important thing for this product. What we want to show at first is why do we need this product? So you see the application. We want to show you at first the application for this product. And you see here it's in combination with the grease separator.
Yeah, it's a really interesting application because we all know that we have a good bundle of products: grease separator, sampling chamber, lifting station. For example, our Aqualift F or Aqualift FXL, we all know very well. But as you all know, not all applications requires a product, a lifting station or pumping station for black water. Yes. And this is a really nice example and a nice bundle that comes with together. Martin, do you see here, do we miss something?
Oh, I see there is the outlet connecting to the lifting station. I guess, so in the training I always say, you need a sampling chamber.
Correct.
After the grease separator.
So it's forgotten here.
It's forgotten, yeah.
I don't know.
Who did this drawing?
What do you think?
I'm not sure, but you will explain me, I think.
I think we will explain that because it's a nice feature that comes together with this product. Yeah. And it's not a mistake in the picture. So we have a nice additional information for you regarding the sampling chamber.
Most of our partners, they already sell a lifting station after the grease separator. Our Aqualift FXL, that's mainly for bigger separators. But now we have here at the entry products for the smaller sizes of grease separator. Correct. Now we can offer a really cost-efficient lifting station for these sizes.
A really affordable product. We all are really excited in the whole Kessel company, the Kessel group, to have this product now. That comes in 2 tank sizes. We will later on show you more in detail. And this one here especially is a 200-liter tank. And
we prefer 200-liter tank.
We really prefer it, especially in this application. Later on we show you some other application possibilities. But in this special application with the grease separator, NS2, for example, Martin, NS4 or up to NS7, depends on, but up to NS7 could be the right solution, the right choice for the future for you if you have such an object where you need a lifting station after grease separator.
So keep in your mind, that's a lifting station for grease separator from NS2 to NS7. Of course, you have to consider the height, the pumping height, then it could be limited. But in general, if you're in the first basement, like here, then it's 2-3 meters high. Then keep in your mind up to NS7, right?
Yes.
Okay, correct. Let's look for the next application.
Yeah, I think it's very common. You see there
in multi-story buildings, apartment complexes where they have the washing machine in the basement. then mainly they need a lifting station, right?
Yeah, we all know our mini lift. For example, if you have a private house, one family house, very often, if you need a lifting station, small amount of water, only one washing machine or a hand wash basin like this one, water comes in. But if you have more water going in where you need a bigger storage, this Aqualift S 100 or 200 could be the right choice in this application. And much more. So there is a big amount of possibilities where you can use this product. For example, if you have rainwater, thinking about parking garages, for example, Martin, or if you, what also could be interesting, rainwater as I mentioned, for
in
example,
general, where you need a storage volume for that.
But also in commercial buildings like offices and so on, where you have gray water that comes in a bigger amount. This bigger storage could be the right choice.
Right. So there we have already the entry product, the mini lift. Here we have the bigger size of that. So there in this area, we have now a better solution for more volume, more flow rate, that it is here a new opportunity for you.
So if you have 10, 15, 20 washing machines, bigger complexes, as you mentioned, could be the right choice.
So the maximum, what would you say? So
depends on, but if you have 15 or 20
15 washing machines,
for example, could be the right choice. Yeah.
That's very common in Germany, that you have a washing machine in the basement altogether, right? And then you need a backwater protection, and you have to lift it. Here you see, here there is the drainage line to lift it over the backwater level into the sewer.
To the sewage.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the third main application. So that it's very common in nearly every country in the world.
Concrete pit. We
also
discussed about, but it really is if you have existing concrete pits, so all the houses, and you don't like the smell anymore. If the moisture is in, you need a closed system. You have a concrete pit, and this really special is a good solution because the space, the area, space area of the need is not that big. So if you have a concrete pit about, let's say 1 meter, this product would perfectly fit indirectly. So it's a closed system. It's absolutely watertight in comparison to a lot of competitors. They say it's audible tight, but if you test these products, very often the cable glands are not tight, water goes out, the cover is not tight, it's melt and so on. It's really a closed system, high premium quality product for an affordable price. We are really happy to have this product now and can be used in renovations in such a
if they want to have a concrete pit, of course we have our products what is in a concrete installed.
If you have a new building, if you plan a new building, directly bring it to the concrete with a nice cover, with the tiles and so on. But if you have an existing one, this could be the right choice. Right. Just one example, another example for how to use
private or commercial. Anyway, freestanding lifting station for gray water. That's now the answer for concrete pits.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But very often, if you have another example, if you have safety valves, for example, the drinking water pipe that goes inside the house, you have safety valves or the back flushing valves where you have a bigger amount of water that comes in such a tank, like 100 liters. So maybe a mini lift could be too small because the pump always goes on, off. You need a bigger storage volume. This could also be the right choice for such a product.
Yes, let's go now in the details what we have, how it looks like. Yes. So and then I would say here are some figures or some details already described, but let's go to the product.
Yeah, but also we have brochures, Martin. You later on mentioned that?
Yeah, later on I mentioned.
So you find all these advantages, USPs, and so on. You will find it in the brochures. And but I think that's why we are here. Let's go more close in the detail to the product and let's
show the product.
Let's show the product.
Right. Let's go over.
Okay, Martin.
Okay. Yes, here we have the two tank version.
Yeah. So first of all, that may be interesting for you if you order such a product, and this is really a big advantage at Kestel. It comes in a really compact package. So you order one article number, you will have all the products and all the parts you need to be ready to be installed for the product, the pumps, control unit, whatever, comes in one package. You order one article number, you have one product. And also, this is really important, it's a compact system. So if you want to install this product in a basement, for example, very often you have to lift it, you have to handle it. It's really, it's not that heavy. So it's,
but you're strong. Let me try. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. you look tired, but okay. It's now it's really, if you later on we will show in product company Akko.
Yes, who is Akko?
Akko, I've never heard about it, but we want to show it's a competitor product, and you will see, because of our special plastic applications and so on, resistant regarding the wastewater, but also it's light. It's, if you want to handle it, and very often for installers, it's an advantage to bring it out of the truck, bring it down to the basement. One article number, everything is inside the package. You don't need to care about extra article numbers to order and so on. Bring it down to the basement. It's easy to handle.
That's our philosophy, to have one article number with everything included. Other competitors don't do that. So when you are comparing it, always look what is included. So is the pump included in the article number or not? So here you have everything together. Yes.
What is really interesting, you see now we have two tank sizes, Martin. There on your side, there's a bigger one, the 200-liter tank. That means it's a storage volume nearly about 200 liter. That means we have the standard pumping volume about approximately 100 liters in this 200-liter box. So, and we have the 100-liter box, the entry-level product, let's say, with a storage volume of 100 liters and a pumping volume up to 50 liters, for example, like that. All these products come with in different versions. You can have it in a mono system or in a double system. And as we mentioned before, this 200-liter tank we would suggest to use after grease separators, for example, because of the bigger storage volume.
More in the apartment complex, washing machine, that could be the entry product for that.
Comes in really attractive price. It's not very typical for Kessel, but comes in a really attractive starting price in the market.
Okay, please open it. We want to show what is there inside.
Okay, or let's do first of all around it. We can do it on this bigger tank because it's nearly the same application here. What you find on top of this product may be different. Sometimes you see here this one, this clamp, or this one. The difference is because of the we have different versions here. This is a mono version that comes with a floater switch. This is a tronic version with a control unit, Martin. So there we have this pressure connection.
This transparent hose.
Later on we will connect everything together so that the product will be ready. But first of all, let's go the way of the water, Martin.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Let's go the way of the water. So first of all, if the water comes, you need an inlet. So, and we have three possibilities for the inlet. First of all, we have this big area in front of the tank, can be used, drilled
with our system, with the hole saw, right?
Correct. And it's up to, for example, dimension 100 or DN 150, typical inlet can be used here. Or if you don't want this, very often because you don't know how big should be the driller and in this size and so on, we have two other options. These are on the right side, and on the left side you see this plate here that can be opened, and in the product there come an inlet part, let's say a plastic part, that can be directly installed here. So we can use the inlet on this side, or you can use the inlet on the other side.
Prefabricated inlet.
Prefabricated inlet, correct. And you don't need to drill anything. Later on we will show it, we will do it for you to see this. So this is the inlet. So water goes in the bottom part, Marina, let's look. You have this fixation. So if the product is installed, you need to fix it, that it doesn't move anymore, and the connections will be fitted. And also this, how did you call it, Eric? This was the emergency opening. So for the hand membrane pump, for example, in the
so when no power or power is off and you still have to drain, then you can pump it manually.
I think this is a very typical and I think well-known features that you will find on other products too. Okay,
but that is our standard, that we have all these features, even if
yeah.
it's very cost efficient. So
what is really interesting, water goes in, water have to go out, Martin. On the top you find our type plate.
Oh, that's interesting. Why here you have the QR code.
Correct.
So to get directly access to the internet and technical information.
Yeah. So all documents you need, drawings, brochures, technical information, whatever you need, go to the QR code and you find all these situations. You are installer, you don't find the manual, whatever you need, additional information, QR code, and you have it.
That's also good for us. If you have questions about the product, please look on the nameplate and tell it what product it is. So then we know exactly what product is installed. Yeah, correct.
If I can jump in quickly, guys, we got a question from Dave England. First one easy, second one maybe a little bit more higher level. But first question, Jan, are both the products supplied with the anti-vibration mat that it sits on in the concrete floor?
We will later on look inside the tank. We will see what comes in the package.
Okay, then I'll get to Dave's second question, which is not going to be inside the tank. He's questioning the decibel levels, the how loud the pumps are when they run, if there's any norms that we meet, but the dB levels.
Yeah, so we are lower than 70 dB, but this product is for gray water with a vortex wheel. It's really calm. So we suggest, we never did it in an official laboratory because you need a special requirement object to test it. It's really complicated. If you do it by ourselves, it's nearly 50 dB. But it's not
the main thing. My experience is that you don't hear the pump, but you hear the pressure pipe
very often.
So that is when you have a sensible application, then you have to look on the connection, that it is sound absorbed connection of the pressure pipe, and the pressure pipe should be a sound absorbed pipe. So the noise mostly comes from the flow into the pressure.
Dave, for example, if the tank is closed, water is inside, the clamp is closed, you don't hear the pump. So it's that touch call. That's what Martin tells you. If the pump's running, you just hear the flowing of the water in the pressure pipe. That's what you hear.
Yes. This you have to take care at the installation that the pressure pipe connection should be isolated. Right. Okay. Dave, another thing, Eric?
Yeah, now that we're on it, another question about inlets. I responded to one in the chat box, but I'll just read the question. The inlets to the tanks can be available. This is the question in sizes 57, 90, or 110.
Yes.
But how many sealing, or maybe you can just address the inlet thing quickly, the inlets that we supply with the system, Jan.
Yes.
And any drillable inlets that could be done on site.
Yes. So we have in the package. So first of all, we have this free area. We have two ceilings coming with the
two DN100,
100, and only one 100,
only 100,
and one in 150, and also this prefabricated inlet, one in 150 and the other one in 100, and it can be installed whatever you want.
So altogether, is included 4 inlets.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So you don't need extra parts, or don't need to buy seals or whatever, or special inlets. Everything comes in the package. 100 and 150, everything is fulfilled.
Well, that sounds good. Yeah, great. Something else, Eric? No. Okay.
Okay. So outlet. What it goes in the outlet, and it's maybe the more interesting thing. What you find in the lower part here, that doesn't matter. It's just a fixation for the pump for the inside. So it doesn't. It's just a. You may ask this, or you may have the question, "What is this one?"
You should drill here. And
don't drill. It's just for the fixation for the pump inside the tank. It just don't matter for the installation. But what we find here on the higher part is the pressure pipe. It's for gluing with PVC, and you can use 2 dimensions. So it's the inner dimension is outer dimension 50, so for DN40 or nominal size 40, or for DN50, so that is 63. Outer dimension, you can use it here. So, and you can use standard fitting PVC, or a fitting that comes with a thread, and use other pipes like PE or Or
But the material is ABS, right?
ABS, so you can glue it standard
glue
with
it, okay.
Tangit, for example. This is a standard glue, Tangit glue,
Mhm.
to glue it with standard PVC
Right.
pressure.
And when you have a PE piping, what you do? PE piping, you can't weld it on, of course. So then when
You use an adapter,
Adapter.
PVC adapter, and you can use a clamp or you can glue it.
Oh,
And then,
okay. Right. Okay.
And then with PE, it's standard. You can with a molding.
So that is different to our existing Aqualift S, the small one. So there we have inside a smaller diameter. That's now a bigger diameter, right?
Yeah, it's diameter 40.
63.
And in the package later on, we will show we have an adapter with a thread also included in the package.
Okay, great, great,
Yes,
good.
We show later.
Okay.
So on the top of the box, you have all the connection systems for, first of all, this is the ventilation pipe. It's in a dimension 70.
75, huh?
70. And the material, for example, on the smaller tank, you find dimension 50. So it's different sizes, ventilation 50, and on the bigger tank, you have it.
Ventilation, very important. Most of problems come from improper ventilation. Just keep that in your mind that the lifting station need a ventilation.
Especially in the application if you have it after cruise apparatus. It's
Right. That's right.
very important.
Yep.
Then we have the possibility for the cable outlet, and it's not a standard cable gland. Very often you find products with standard cable glands, and if you have a plug on the pump, for example, very often you need to cut it and just to bring it through. It's a big hole. You open it. We do it now. We do it later on, and you can install all the cables that are necessary for the inlet here. Bring it out. Very easy to do.
2 cables, 2 pumps, right?
2 cables, 2 pumps.
Right.
Exact.
Great.
And on the other side, we have the connection for this one is the double version with a control unit, and this is the connection for the pressure. For the pressure sensor system. So you can really easy open with a. It's new. You don't need to use a tool to open this. This 2 clamps, and it's easy to remove, and especially for cleaning. It's very often if you have grease separators, you need to clean it. It's very important. If you're doing the maintenance, clean this pipe out of for the
bigger diameter, less blockages. So that's mainly good for grease separator after grease separator.
And also on the top we have a quick connection that may be known in installation systems. If you have this pressure pipe, just plug it in. That's it. No need more to with a thread to the older system.
We know that most of our customers know that, and we transferred it to all the other products as well.
That's really important. During this year, we will change it on all our existing pressure systems, whatever comes with it, on the control units, on the Aqualift F, XL, and so on. We have this really easy click system, plug it in, and also
so this little untightness, what we have in some cases, this is then never could happen anymore. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely tight, easy to do, plug and play.
Good. Great.
Okay, so these are the connections on the top. One thing I want to mention, Matilda, if you can still come over here again, on the smaller ones, for example, you see always the same sizes on the connectors that are placed here, here on the right, or on this side, or on the other side, the ventilation or the cable gland. So wherever you want to install those products, you don't know how the object is related and the pipes come. So maybe the product is installed in this way. The inlet comes from here or from this side, and you decide, oh, it's not good to have the cable gland on this position. Maybe the cable gland is better to have it in this position, or the ventilation should be, it's more near to the wall. It's better to have it here. You can open the screws and you can replace all these things on another place.
Okay. One general advice, I think, is the pressure sensor. The connection should be not directly at the inlet, should be on the opposite side is the best way. It's as a general advice, all right?
For example, yeah,
Yeah, right.
It doesn't normally it doesn't matter, but if you in some cases you may have problems, and that is the advantage. You can change it, you can switch wherever the inlet goes in. You can say, oh, maybe we have some problems here. However,
or in general, if you have the possibility,
so you can switch it.
Right.
I think it's a good idea.
Good.
So and then we
finally we open it.
Yeah, you're really looking for this. We reimagined this gland, or this
clamp,
clamp on the top. We know it from the grease separators. It was the metal one, very often very hard to open.
How often you hurt your fingers?
Yeah, I did myself. In the beginning at Kessel 20 years ago, it happens very often. But yeah, it's a standard also on a competitor product to have this metal clamp.
Yeah.
And we reimagined this one, especially in a plastic one. And now look how easy it is. Still, Martin can open it if you want.
Let me see. Right,
so just with the two fingers.
So you don't hurt your fingers anymore. So that is really good.
Bring this together and it's open. Very easy. Martin, here we go.
Yes, thank you.
And now, surprise, surprise, we look inside and open the cover. Very easy to do.
Yes, great.
And yeah, maybe a short look inside, and you see all the material and all the parts you need for get this product ready to be installed. Yeah. The pumps, it's only one pump inside because it's better now for showing this. Normally there are two pumps, the control unit, and yeah, maybe we can bring this out, Martin, and show it more in detail. Yeah, the control unit, I still opened that before, and surprisingly, here you see the old one, the old connector.
Yes, so
this is the old connector.
Latest end of the year, we have all of that with the quick connector.
So it will be done during the day. So we have old ones on stock. It works with this one also. So we will do it during the year. So this one is
controlled. We know that from our other products. So we have here our display. We have our languages where you can choose, and you get messages over the display. That is what we already have since many years.
Yeah.
So
nothing changed. I think should be known in the functionality, and you now can choose this special product, go in the product line and say it's Aqualift 100 and 200, say okay, and then it's
great,
already done.
Okay.
Yeah. Martin, here you go.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, let's look to the inlet adapters. As we mentioned before, for the side inlet, these are these adapters in DN100 or DN150.
Yeah.
For example, if you have a grease separator NS2, inlet is DN100, so you can use this one. And this is really interesting, or you can use for NS7, you can use this one. And maybe, Martin, we will open it. I think it's maybe interesting.
Should open the screws.
Or you can open it just with screws.
Yeah, Jan and Martin, we had a question coming in on Inlet, so it's good that you're opening this so that people can see live how easy it is to get the required inlets done on site. And again, these are included with the system. So what you're showing there is included with the 200 liter tank.
Yes, correct.
So it's Torx screws. So that you should have.
This also is an important information. All the system comes with the same screwdriver, so it's the same size. If you want to change this one or this one or this one, it's always the same size of the screwdriver.
So yes, here.
So, and then you can install.
The gasket is
still inside.
That's the gasket here. Of course, you need grease, of course, and then.
So just easy. Place it, put it in the right direction. I think we don't need to screw it in, just for example, and then screw it back. And what is really interesting now, and this is something we want to show you with the camera inside. we talked about grease separators,
Right.
and we said here we don't have the sampling chamber,
Right.
and the sampling chamber is included in this lifting station. So you open the cover, you go with your sampling glass
Yeah.
inside and put the sample out of this. And this special lens here and this special height of this inlet is regarding the norm, and it's a norm-proofed sampling possibility. So you don't need a sampling chamber anymore after grease separators. I think
so instead of a sampling chamber, you can invest the money in the lifting station.
Correct.
Right?
I think it's an interesting feature.
Yep.
And yeah,
that's right. You're good.
Okay. And yeah, next one is the pump. I want to mention, Martin, these products come in 2 tank sizes and also in 2 pump sizes. So wherever what kind of power you need, it comes with a GTF 600 and also with a very powerful GTF 1250. So the name 600 and 1250 means how many watts does the pump has in especially. So you see
here you see now the curve of these 2 pumps, right? Yeah. So one is up to 8 meters and the second one nearly 11 meters, right? Yeah. So
correct.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look how the pump looks like.
I think it's not very unusual, standard package. Okay. And yeah, here it comes with the GTF 600. One thing that is interesting, it comes with a free passage of 30 millimeters. So not 10. 30 millimeters gives you more space if you have bigger parts or some whatever, maybe some stones and something like this. So it doesn't block. It's a
That's
really
different
powerful,
to our standard pump, GTF 500, right?
for example.
Yeah, that's the different one.
The different
you
one.
have a free passage of 30
Yeah.
millimeters.
So GTF 500, 10 millimeter free passage, GTF 600, 30 millimeters, and this also allows you, because of the more, it can breathe more, let's say, it allows you to have more powerful curve than on the GTF 500.
Good. It's the same with the bigger pump as well, or? The bigger pump has also
Same. Yeah. So, and here you have the quick
the plug, which protects the wires,
for the wires and then directly can be plugged inside the control unit.
Right. Yeah. So this end plug is important because during installation it could be underwater, and that's could be a problem that water shrinks into the wires.
Yes. And it's really easy to connect it to the control unit. You don't need to be an electrician or something like that. Plug it in the control unit, plug the control unit in, everything works fine.
Oh, right, great.
Okay. So
okay,
good. But before we go on with the pump, I show you the.
I like the connection. Yes.
Oh yeah, this was the question. This is the
isolation mat. Yeah, right. That comes underneath. Right.
So, and all the other things like manual and so on, and the pressure pipe and the seals, you see, we talked about the DN100 and 150 seal are inside this this package. First of all, we have the 2 hoses, the pressure hoses for the pump that they need to be installed on top of the pump.
This is one of the main advantage in comparison to our competitors.
You have 4 screws still inside the package that need to be screwed. Maybe Martin, you can do it.
Yes,
meanwhile, I can show all the other details.
Jan, a question while you're taking stuff out of the bag from Ghassan, Lebanon, is the cable sizes, Jan. How far the control unit could be away from the system? Pump cable lengths, pressure switch hose length.
5 meters. 5 meters.
5 meters.
5 meters, yeah. And as you can see, the second one for the second pump.
The gaskets here. And
yeah.
Here's the adapter.
Okay. This is the adapter for the pressure outlet connection. Glue it, put inside, and then you have this thread. .5 inch thread. Okay, then you have inside the package, you have this pressure hose. And as I mentioned, just look how easy it is. Plug it inside. It's fixed. That's it. If you want to open it, just press this blue ring down and it's out. Do it again. Put it in. Locked. Press this blue ring. Voila, blue ring, and it's out.
Another question from the chat box, Jan. By the way, that new pressure connection is I think, one of the best things of that new system. A question again from Dave England. Dave, a quick notice here. If you continue with these questions, we might turn off your chat box. But I will ask the question, Jan, can we use the hydrostatic sensor, which is the high-end hydrostatic sensor, in these above-ground tanks?
Yes, definitely. It's not in a standard product. The product line comes with 8 different articles. But we are our individual solutions. We do it very often with other systems, and there may be an interesting information for you, but maybe in the end of the year I have a really interesting information about the hydrostatic sensor for you, but I don't want to bring the surprise now, maybe in the end of the year, but it can be used also with the Aqualift 100 and 200.
So let's see. This is what I like most.
Already ready?
Here, just quick release.
So you just have to,
yes,
put the pump in, and then you have this.
Great. This is what I like most. So the quick release hand lever to take it, to put in and take it easily out for maintenance. That's what I like.
And it's so much. I think you know it from other systems.
I know the other systems.
Other solutions from Kessel, and I think this is one of the biggest differences regarding the competitors. You don't need any tool or any other things to open the pump. Yep. And also the
backflow preventer.
And also the backflow preventer. You have this. I think this is also common, and you know this with this quick release opening. You can open this part, bring out the backflow flap, and put it in, close it. It's really easy. Maybe we can do the pump inside just again to show it. Close it, and that's it.
Yep. That's really the biggest advantage.
Yeah, and and the cable. I think we don't need to do this. I think it's clear.
That's
you open this and bring this maybe come a little bit nearer. Bring this cable in this position. Put it out. One pump, second pump. That's it.
That's right. To make it tight here going through. Right.
So one thing I want to mention, Martin, is if you need an extra alarm unit, like a floating switch alarm unit,
independent alarm.
Yeah,
right?
we have it in our catalogs. This extra floating switch you can be placed here, or if you have, for example, the entry product like on the Aqualift 100 comes in a mono version without alarm, without the control unit, and you may need it later on. You can also use our standard alarm unit, article number 2022, for example. You can also implement it here.
Great. Sounds good. So altogether, the S200 is for grease separators because of the pressure sensor, the bigger pipe without blockages. The smaller one is more for more washing machines in basements, in concrete pits where you need where you have compact sizes. So that is more in this area, and all of them, they have 4 possible inlets. That's included in the package. You can drill your own height. That's important, that you are flexible in height when the inlet comes. Definitely. Or you use the prefabricated inlet.
Correct.
That is yes, that's a good package, right? Yes. Something else what we should mention?
So
or
close it, and it's done to
Yes.
be installed and to be ready for
Now we,
function.
but now we should go on the other side of the world and see what the others are doing. So.
Okay, we have the one competitor product, or
Yeah.
maybe we can show. This is
Yes.
this may be interesting, Martin. I can come over to you.
Yes,
This is just an example. This is a very typical product that, for example, are used in at the camera there. That are used in Germany, for example. This is a product from.
What
are you doing with your fingers there? I think you all know these companies. Duolift and from Pentair, this is the Hebefix, for example. But there are also products maybe in the export market like DAP is very interesting, interesting product. SFA do have products. They are very similar from the outer point. So if you look to the tank, it's always a rotomolded tank with connections and with a cover and so on. But the differences are inside, and if you go closer to the product, you may find big differences in weight, in handling, in maintenance possibilities, and so on. And
okay, then let's take a look on this one. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe
let's go over there.
Michael, you can bring inside.
Yeah, let's come on, push. Yes.
Could you please bring it more in this, Martin?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So what you see, it's not a joke. It's really Martin. Maybe you can do it again.
Not again.
Yeah. It's wow. Okay. It's really heavy. This product is really heavy. Compared to this product, it's a really heavy product.
The main reason is they use cast iron housings of the pump, right?
Yeah.
And
also here, and maybe cast iron things together with grease separators, very often corrosive and so on, may not be the best choice.
Okay, let's take a short look inside.
Very interesting. Here they have the old finger clamp. Some solutions, like we said, the cable outlet, for example, this is a standard cable clamp that is glued inside. Don't know if it's good. To be honest, water goes out here. If we when we tested this product, the water, it was not watertight. Or here, this is for opening. You see, maybe Matthias, go back to the pressure sensor system. You find a Kessel. You have this system here. If you want to open it, you need the screws here, the screws, and so on. It's how they do this. Okay.
Just don't waste too much time for them. Just show what is the.
And you look inside. That's also really interesting. What you see inside is, because it's connected in the company. Pre-connected. So it means it also comes with a control unit, and everything is pre-connected. You see the pipes and the cables, and it's nearly.
How do you want to do it?
It's nearly the same. This may be an advantage, but you see all this mess inside. A lot of cables that you need to re-enwire, whatever.
Great. Okay, but I think the main
but the advantage is, if you use the Kessel system, you have the same advantage. You don't need to be an electrician, just a quick clamp, bring it in here. I've shown before, it's so much easier, and you don't have this mass cable wire complicated system. And here we have the pumps. I don't care about the you see it's a little bit dirty because we tested this product some weeks ago, and they used this is really interesting. They try to use a quick release connection like we do. So, and Martin, maybe you can. It would be good.
I tried it.
If you try, maybe the camera can show on how
it looks like. You need a camera to find the way how to connect it.
It's really, to be honest, it's nearly impossible. A lot of people in the company try to do this. It's so much more complicated than we do on the. It's really stiff. This pipe is stiff, unflexible, and Martin, please don't hurt yourself.
I cannot imagine that it works that way.
After 3 hours, if you finally did found the right position of this hose after 3 hours, and you turn on the pump, then you realize it's not tight. So
that's right. So
okay, yeah, but it's just an example. Just an example of, you see that both tanks, it's nearly the same size, it's nearly the same application situation that the products are meant to be used for. And yeah, it's nearly the same connectivities, but in detail, the products are totally different. Yeah. And it's just an example to show.
Just to show them what is the difference, that our partners should know the difference when they do, if they have to communicate with their customers, what is the difference. And that is the connection mainly, the weight is that.
And also maintenance, if you always have to do your maintenance on the product. Here you need all the screwdrivers to open the flap, to open the pressure sensor, and so on. And it's, and last but not least, it's not tight. That's
maintenance without tools. That's our philosophy.
Correct.
Yeah, right. That is what we do here as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Jan, a question here, if you guys, before you guys finish up, from Dave, also a very good question. Smart Select, which is our pump selection program. We've got some new pumps available here, some new tanks. Dave's question is then, are these in the Smart Select already, or if not, will we plan on putting these in Smart Select?
Okay, very interesting question. And I think, Martin, you will now talk about the marketing brochures and Smart Select. Yeah, Smart Select. It's included in Smart Select.
Yeah.
And you can go to Smart Select and you find this product.
Yeah, you have to look on the pump name, the GTF 600 and GTF 1250. Then you come automatically to this product.
Or just or you choose Aqualift 100 and 200.
Yeah,
both ways works. GTF 600, GTF 1250, or you choose Aqualift S 100 and Aqualift S 200, and you find all the versions that come with the product range, product family.
Okay, let's finally how you can promote the product to your customers. That is, of course, a brochure available. Here is the brochure here in my hand. What you can do right now is you can download the brochure with all the information what we have shown you. Here is the link to this brochure. Then you have immediately the digital version of this lifting station S100 and 200 with all the advantages, the applications, and the article number and the descriptions. And over the internet, of course, you get the CID data. There are, if you type in the product number, then you get the CID data and the manual as well.
Yeah, it's very easy. And on the top, if you go to the internet site, on the top,
the product search box.
Product search box on the top.
There you type in the article numbers. So the article numbers are in this brochure. So please download the brochure. Then you have all the necessary information. If something missing, you know our numbers. Just call us or give us a short email, then we will get in contact you to give you the information what is still open. Right. Something else, Jan?
Yeah, really looking for feedback. If you are really interested in this product, I think there are a lot of applications where this product is very variable and flexible in using. And
Okay, that was for the Aqualift S 100 and 200. Before we come to the next product, Jan, you're here for us for the next product as well. We make a 5 minutes break, and then we come to the pumping station Aqualift S Basic. Okay, see you in 5 minutes.
The new Aqualift Basic pumping station from Kessel is a compact, heavy-duty built system for the disposal of domestic wastewater. The tank's stability comes from the thick walls, and the vertically adjustable upper section makes installation underground quick and accurate. Multiple drilling areas on the exterior of the tank allow one or more inlets to be connected to the tank if required. The system is available with 3 different pumps, making it ideal for use with wastewater with or without sewage. Models with single or twin pumps, as well as with float switch control or the tronic control unit, will cover whatever specification is required. The tronic control unit has been designed for intuitive operation, and an integrated alarm signal offers additional protection. The suspended pump design means that pump operation noise is not transferred to the building, and the toolless single-hand quick release system allows pumps to be removed or installed in seconds. The unique Aqualift basic design also allows it to be upgraded from a single to a twin pump system even after it has been installed. An available extension section allows deeper underground installations. With or without the extension, the included screwed cover remains leak-tight during longer periods of precipitation and is additionally protected against unintentional opening. The comprehensive range of accessories can also be retrofitted and make maintenance and operation of the system easier. Professional technical consultation, product training, and spare parts with a lifelong availability guarantee, only offered by the market-leading Kessel service.
Okay, so we're back on screen. Martin jumped out of away from the camera for a few minutes. You'll see him again in a little bit. I'm jumping in. Jan's.
Well done retirement now from Martin. He's taking a coffee, huh?
Yeah,
Martin, coffee?
No,
Yeah.
Coke, but he'll be back. We're not finished with him yet, but again, we're going to stay with Jan for the day. Florian just played the video. Again, you can see that's the pump station. We're changing now from our above ground lifting stations. When Kessel say lifting station, we mean above ground indoor systems. And when we say pumping station, we mean outdoor underground. So Florian just played that video. You can see from the high quality of the video, the time and effort we put into things like the video or like the brochures or the installation manual, and most important, the product. So the first time you get to see this product, I guarantee you when you take it out of the box, show it to the customers, everyone's going to be impressed, and they can see the Kessel quality that we spend all of our time developing is included in everything around these type of systems. So we just saw the video. Things are going to go a little bit quicker now because most of the things that Martin and Jan just described with our above ground Aqualift S100 and 200 systems are now included for the underground systems. Going to jump to the next slide. Yeah, I'll just take the word from Jan here quickly. Jan brought out these new product ranges over the last couple of years. The goal, again, we need to have a reason to do this. And again, the goal is to develop and produce a new entry level, so a price market acceptable entry level system on the price level, but again, still with all the power and all the technique that we put in the Kessel system.
Features that, I think 2 years or 1.5 years ago, we introduced our new Aqualift F basic pumping station for Blackwater. And the market prices for these products are sometimes very, very low. It's a good entry product. And as you mentioned, it's meant to be used outside of the house, in the ground, a very easy installing, easy working pumping station with a good and a really, really low and attractive entry price. And the market asked us, after introduced the Aqualift F basic version, the market prices for gray water systems are still lower in the market. Do we have the same things? And we thought, okay, why not introducing a gray water system also? And now we have a good family, Aqualift F basic, pumping station, and the S version.
Right, expanding the family. When I left the chat box, there's a price question on the systems and the above ground systems. The same question will come for our underground systems. Jan, you mentioned that quickly. That was the main goal of this, to meet that request. Those are going to be coming out, I believe, the next week or two. I believe Michael will be getting that all sorted out, and we'll be getting you the most important part of this, I believe, which is the pricing. So that's coming out to you, not fixed yet, coming out very soon. So we had the goal. Now we have, of course, the target. You mentioned this expansion of our Aqualift S line. We're also talking about the pump station F. Martin mentioned this before. S as in sun, gray water, not sewage water. The pump station F as in fun is for sewage wastewater. So here we're expanding the line. We've had a larger underground system, our system LW600 Aqualift S, and now we're going a step smaller, I guess you'd call it.
Don't see it here, there. Basic 600.
There we see, yeah. So
XL.
now,
Yeah.
now new to the family is what we'll show you right now is the underground pump stations S, which is brand new, and the F, which we're sort of reintroducing again today. Areas of application. Before we started the film, before the cameras ran this morning, we had a 15-minute heated discussion, as you'd call it, about the areas of application. We're getting new pictures out for you to show you and to show the consultants and your customers, just to give them ideas of where these things can actually come into play. A common one now, again, the above ground ones for above ground separators, these new the pump station S, also for underground grease separators, smaller grease separators.
Definitely.
Standard system would be a private home where you have wastewater with or without sewage below sewage level. That'd be the most classic application.
Yeah.
And you mentioned some others this morning on about.
Yeah, this one is small wastewater treatment systems. We had some products in line years before. InnoClean, for example, was
Correct,
our name.
yeah.
And a lot of systems are out in the market. This is really a good example where this product can be used.
Right. We have that case lot up in northern Scandinavia, Sweden, Norway. I know Chris from GP Norway and Vidar are looking in that. There's lots of those sold. We're having a little bit difficulty on pricing, but it's a very common thing. You build a house not connected to the public sewage system. You need to treat your own water, and sometimes need to get that water to that treatment system, or after the treatment, you need to pump it up and possibly then to a public sewer level if you're connected. So this is the target applications. Quickly, we're going to just show the general competition out there, not go into the technical specs, but Jan, quickly on that.
Just a few, but it's every market has their own competitors and their own products that are in the market. Maybe interesting for us to get a feedback. What are typical products for Aqualift S100, 200? What are in your market typical products, or for the pumping stations? This is just a short example. And also, these are really, how to say it? I don't want to say cheap products with thin wall thicknesses, and sometimes it's very easy made products, to be honest. And it's really not comparable in technical wise with our products, but in price wise. Yeah.
So meaning you need to take a closer look and make a proper comparison. I believe like the above ground systems, the underground systems, everybody's got their rotated tank, probably out of polyethylene. But as we'll see in a few minutes, it's what's inside that gives you the advantage when you move to a Kessel system. So we're going to talk about the two now. This is a typical application, and if you can see the picture, we're connected to a domestic or private home without a toilet. So here we're talking about the pump station Aqualift S for non-sewage wastewater, and this would be your typical application. Wastewater collected below sewer level, so you need to collect that wastewater, then pump it up to sewer level. Again, these are smaller systems, so the wastewater amount is somewhat limited as well as the height. But in these classic cases, this is our new price competitive market entry system.
Yep.
So,
yep.
What's out in the market? What's available, Jan? If you want to say a couple words, again, it's not one system, but it's the system you see on the screen here, Jan.
Yeah, 6 different articles. The F version we show later, Eric. F version.
Yep, correct.
So this is the the gray water version. Comes in 6 different versions. In a mono system with a standard floating switch without control unit, in a mono system as a tronic version. Tronic stands for control unit, so mono version also with control unit, and a double version. For example, after grease separators, you need a double version also with these 2 articles. And you see the pumps: GTF 600, GTF 1250. These are the same pumps we've shown before with the Aqualift S100 and 200. So the same pump. Power than on the freestanding version.
Okay, now with above ground, we saw some with the pressure sensor and that pressure hose. Here with these underground pump stations, we're only working with float switches.
Yeah, it's more reduced. It's a basic control. You see it in the down here. It's more in entry level control unit that fits perfectly in the market. Standard product for a manual starting pump with alarm unit and so on, but it doesn't have the screen where you can use all the maintenance things and so on. It's more a standard one, an entry level product. That it's why we can bring it for a really attractive price in the market. And to be honest, the competitors doesn't have such a good control unit to be honest.
And we'll see that in a second. We have one here. We can show you this basic control unit, as we call it. Also important is what they can do. There's two different pumps that Jan just mentioned. These pump curves there's two curves based on the volume, but more important based on the height. I ran a test 2 days ago, I believe, and this is in Smart Select. I think I have a copy of that later. So you'd want to put in how much you need to pump, how high you need to pump it. Then Kessel Smart Select would tell you which of the Kessel systems is perfectly designed for your application.
This is really a hell of a pump. It's really a good and powerful pump. I'm really proud to have this pump now.
And who makes the pump, Jan?
Kessel.
Okay, we had a couple weeks ago, we were here taking apart some competition systems. We found out the person that makes the pump is not the person that makes the tank. So, but let me give you a quick test, Jan. Who makes this chamber? Quickly, Jan.
A Kessel.
Kessel, who makes the cover?
Kessel.
Who makes the pump?
Kessel.
Who makes the Inlet device?
Oh, come on, Eric.
Okay, so but that's important. Everything is Kessel made. And when you get the feel behind Kessel, the quality, the importance we put behind quality, you know that everything in the system comes from the Kessel household and it's designed to our standards.
Yeah, one advantage you have with this. So all parts, because we do it by ourselves, the connection between all the parts together fit perfectly together. So it's nothing, I mean, you buy it anywhere and you try to bring both things together, green and black, that doesn't fit together. Here we have products that are absolutely perfectly designed to be in connection with all the other systems we have here.
Right, we know what we're connecting it to because we made that ourselves. I wrote in the chat box earlier, I would say our pump removal is about a 5-second time. It takes about 5 seconds to remove our pump from the above ground or below ground systems. And with a competitor's product we're looking at earlier, really it's extremely difficult to do. So I wrote in the chat box 5 seconds to remove a pump or about 5 seconds to put it back in the system. And this is easy here.
I only need 4 minutes.
You need
4 seconds.
4 seconds. Yeah. This is easy here. We're in a dry, well-lit, warm environment, and that's often not the case in real life. So we're going to move now also to next to the pump fix. Sorry, got pump fix in my head here. The pump station.
Very similar.
Aqualift F now basic.
A toilet.
Only change now. Here's we have a toilet, so now we have pumps here designed to pump wastewater without a sewage connection, or as you can see here with the toilet connection. So again, this is the pumping station Aqualift F. Here again, Jan, is the different models available. If you can say a couple things about the different models.
I think should be known. Mono system with and without a control unit, and also a double version. This version only comes with the a bigger pump with the STF 1300. It's nearly the same pump characteristics than the GTF 1200. But the question may be, what is the difference, Eric? So it's nearly the same power, but the difference is the free passage of the pump. So the black water version comes with a 40 millimeter free passage.
Okay.
You need regarding the norm, you need 40 millimeters. And as I mentioned, the gray water version comes with a 30 millimeter.
Okay, so we had that question also in the chat box. A lot of new pumps coming out. Things get complicated. I'm sort of lost my sight of everything. So it's good to take some time, look at the catalogs, look at the brochures to see what all the new pumps out can actually do. So here's the single or twin pump underground pumping stations. Here's the curve, that single pump we have, the STF 1300. That's a submersible sewage pump. We've got a question, I believe, from the...
There's a question. What about the hydrostatic sensor? Can we use that here as well?
Not especially with this product. It could be possible. So via IL department, it could be possible, but you need another control unit. You need these comfort control unit, for example,
Right.
but it's not planned to be used here.
Right. These systems, the underground pump stations, all float switch controlled, and the basic control unit is ready for the float switch connection and not a
Yeah.
hydrostatic connection.
Very comparable to the customers in the market.
Another question is, what do we do when the people has concrete chambers and want to use only submersible pumps? What can we say to them?
Without replacing their concrete chamber?
Yes, if they say, oh, that's the old-fashioned way to have a concrete pit and then use submersible pumps.
I mean, we have these pumps available as a pump itself. So if they're not interested in removing their underground concrete chamber, which from the Kessel mind frame would be the very old style way of doing it, we would recommend a lightweight, odor-tight, corrosion-free chamber, complete system from Kessel. But we do have these systems without the Kessel chamber to be installed in an existing concrete tank, if that's the answer to the question.
Correct. Coming with the pressure pipe, coming with the pump, and coming with a control unit, and the sensor system can be placed directly in an existing concrete chamber outside of the house. Yeah.
Another question, can it also used as freestanding version?
So if you want to use the freestanding version, please try to use the Aqualift S 100 and 200. To be honest, if you put this inside your house, it normally should work. So the tank itself is stiff enough, but to be honest, this cover on the top is not really meant to be in the house, and it's not that pressure tight that should be after norm. It works, it's tight, but it's not really meant to be inside the house. But as an special application, whatever, if you need it, it could be also be installed in the house. But our first choice would be the Aqualift 100 and 200.
This is the
question. Just let us do the questions. What is the maximum installation depth?
How deep underground? We'll show that in a second. There's extension sections available. In terms of the water, groundwater level, I'm not sure, Jan, we can usually add multiple extension sections to get down deeper.
Yeah, two extension sections, and you need to be aware that for changing the pump, for replacement, for maintenance, you need to go inside the tank with your hand. So maximum deep from the top of the street level to the pump should be 1 meter. So it's about here, and if you go switch down there, I think it's 1.30 meters or something like that, or 1.40 meters in maximum inlet deep or inlet height.
Right, and there the advantages of our quick release system are even better, because now you're outdoors bending over in a dark hole. I haven't seen how the competition do it, but as soon as you need a screwdriver or any type of tool outdoors underground, it gets difficult. So here we've got the same, I'll call it the 5-second quick release pump. Jan does it in 4. Again, that can easily be done indoors or outdoors.
Yeah, but if you need a bigger installation deep, this may be the question. We have LW600 chamber or our XL system where you can go inside the tank. So then you can use it up to 5 meters installation deep.
For the bigger systems.
For the bigger systems.
Next question is, what's the load class of the cover?
It's for pedestrian with 300 kilograms. So it's tested for 600, to be honest, for 600 kilograms. So 600 kilograms, it doesn't matter. But on the top of the cover, you see here, maybe let's go deeper. There's the camera. Up. You see 300. Can you do the focus? 300. You see 300 kilograms. This is the load class.
Which is actually a very good question. If
this is not A, it's not B and not D, typical, but it's for pedestrian. Yeah.
So if you had a case where it's in your driveway for whatever reason, then you need to move away from this into our 600 chamber with a cast iron manhole cover, for example.
Typical in the garden, for example. Yeah,
correct. Yeah. So if you need to drive over it with a car, you need to move to a different Kessel system. So the chat box is pretty active. I'm going to try to continue. Here's the Smart Select calculation for an underground. I think I checked this out. This is an Aqualift S. So the ones that Jan and Martin just showed, this is out of a live Smart Select.
Always already implemented. So
Correct. Yep. So here you can see this is available for you to use. We'd be happy to support you. This is great for the consultants. They haven't heard Kessel before. They want to make sure what we say is actually accurate. We can provide them with this calculation sheet. And this is all in a Kessel format, but this is all based on European norms. So we don't use any Kessel ideas or tricks to come out with this, this answer, this response. This is all calculated based on the European norm, tells you how to size and choose.
definitely, otherwise it wouldn't be serious.
That's right. Yeah. I just want to show quickly here, we'll see this live later, just the quality that we have here. We've got none of the flexible hoses with weird metal couplings. This is all Kessel designed, ultra high end. This is the F version for sewage. This is then the S version for non-sewage. And this is the part when you take out, you'd have in your hand to remove it out of the chamber, do any inspection or service work on it. But I just specifically chose these pictures because I love how this thing is designed, how everything matches to each other, and just everything is basically right where it should be. Gonna finish up basically, and then we'll look at the products quickly live with some of the advantages. We haven't mentioned this before yet today, but all of these pumps float. So we're outdoors underground. Any vibrations is probably not going to be an issue. With the indoor systems, we've got the anti-vibration mat underneath, but also the pumps float. So the pump connection to the tank is a gasketed connection, a rubber decoupling device, and the pumps don't sit on the bottom of the chamber.
You see it here. It's not placed on the button. So if the button changes and switches and moves because of maybe groundwater, whatever kind of pressures come to the tank, it doesn't matter for the pump. In the top, it's flexible. In the button part, it's really fixed. And yeah, I think it's a well-proved system in the market.
So we don't have a pump touching the bottom of the tank, so that when it turns on, these get the vibrations going into the tank. Quick release we talked about, easy access backflow preventer. We'll see that in a second. Important part is the backflow preventer that prevents the pumped water from coming back into the system. In-house manufactured and tested pumps. Every time Kessel makes a pump, we test it.
Oh yeah, that's really important to
we don't just make it and put it in a box.
All products, also the Aqualift 100, are tested of a tight knit test in the Kessel company. It costs a lot of time, to be honest. That it's really cost efficient, but it's we say if you want to bring out the product, we want to be sure that the product fits perfectly and it's quality tested.
Right. Complete chamber solution. So with the one article number, everything you need is there. If you need extension sections, that needs to be ordered extra. Replaceable impellers. I mentioned that because a week or two ago, a pump was taken apart from a competitor. And we discovered, or the technician discovered, to replace the impeller, you've got to completely disassemble the pump to get into the electronics to just get at the impeller. And the Kessel impeller, which is a serviced part, also is very easy to get to. Spare parts, Martin is going to speak about in a second. And I'm sort of going to finish up with the PowerPoint thing. And this is the most important thing. You can see I have a spelling mistake down there. But peace of mind when you're specifying these systems. These are the highest end German systems available in the market, on the German market, also in the worldwide market. So when you're bringing these to the customers, you don't have to worry about, oh, I've got a nice pump, but the control unit's not up to speed, or the control unit's good, but I don't like the pump. Everything in the system is ready to go, quality Kessel engineered. So in all your sales talks or meetings, you get the peace of mind that everything in the system has been done properly. So this is from the brochure that's available to download. We sort of went right up in front and bold said, specify it, order it, install it. You'll be glad you did.
Maybe we have some questions and we can answer that.
Okay, we got chat box questions.
Yes, so there is one from South Africa. So with the Aqualift F Basic 828711, the non-return valve levers, there is no indication when it is in open or in locked position.
This is not the flap, I think. Is this Gustav? Is he talking about the closure? I think he's talking about the closure valve that's an accessory.
No, the non-return valve. It's a backflow preventer.
Okay.
Yeah, but there is a, like, we can show later. Okay.
Okay, Gustav, we'll get to your question there. Correct. That's an internal inside the pump system.
I can show it directly on the product.
Mm-hmm. And another one from Mark. Okay. is there any chance that methane gas will be produced? And what about the pump protection for methane gas?
So if you have explosive atmosphere, for example, in this special case, this product is not the right choice. So methane gas will always be produced if you have the ventilation. It's not a deal. We had a lot of testing with behördlichen
authorities,
authorities, where we made a lot of tests during the last couple of decades, to be honest, that says if the product is installed in the right way with the right installation, you don't have this amount of methane gas, for example, that there could be an explosive atmosphere.
Right, you need to check, I guess, not with your country, but with your local authorities, if with a toilet connection, if you require these special pumps.
Don't care about that.
Right, okay. But the Aqualift S, again, no toilet connection there. It's not an issue. With the pumping station F, then it's the issue we need to look at if you have that regulation in your local town. Then just to wrap up, 1 second, resistant pumps. This is also not brand new, but we've got more now.
Yeah, but do we want to show the pumping station first, Eric? Oh, it's up to you.
I just have this one more slide, Jan, so let's do this, and we can move to the video. So we used to have a KTP 500 titanium. Now we're bringing out apparently these 3 new pumps called resistant, as you see here. And can you say something quickly about that?
Yeah, but it's not only these three pumps, it's a line of pumps. And I'm really happy to have this now in the market because it was long time requested. It was really a big demand in the market to have resistant pumps. What does it mean, Eric? It means if you have, for example, salty water, swimming pools is very typical, or you have condensed water from heating systems with a very acid water, for example, or you have the backflow water from Rückspülfilter von Enthärtungsanlagen, the
water softening,
water softeners, for example. This is aggressive water that may have an impact on the metal of the products, and we're really happy to have a line of products now, our Kessel produced pump, that are available now in resistant versions. And we not only have this pump in line, we still have ready product, complete solutions, like our mini lift. Or our Aqualift F compact or S compact, the smaller systems, very often installed in the house, very often with the inlet for the heating systems, the condensed water and so on. And they come now in a version, look to the catalogs, in a version with resistant pumps. And but not all of our products are still in a fabricated article number available in the resistant, but we are nearly everywhere we use these pumps able to fulfill the customer requirement with resistant pumps. Also, if you need a resistant pump, for example, for the Aqualift S basic or F basic, if you need a resistant pump for our new Aqualift S100 and 200, we are still able to produce a system directly for you and your demand in a resistant version. So
it's important to ask then, I'd say 98% of the cases would be standard wastewater from the house, but there's those other 2%, like you said, a pool might need draining, or you might have an aggressive wastewater. So always ask what type of wastewater it is. And if it's an aggressive one, then again, we have these resistant line of individual pumps or installed in our systems that you can offer your customers.
Very often it's not necessary. It's very often the question, if I have standard water coming from washing machines and so on. If you have the mixed water and just a small amount of aggressive water, it doesn't matter for a standard version. But if you are not sure and you want to go a little bit more safe in the safe way, or I have a big pool, I want to clean a lot of, and if you have a lot of amount of this aggressive water, this may be the best choice for you.
Good. So we're going to move to, after Michael has his chat box question.
So we have several questions about grinding ability. So do we have a grinder available for these pumps?
Not now.
Right. I'd like to jump in there because we didn't mention that. The F for toilet connection is with the Vortex pump, a non-grinder pump. being around the last few years, a lot of countries say, I want a grinder pump. I think it's the next best thing. It's better than a normal pump, which I'd say is not the case. This is specifically designed to handle wastewater from toilets with sewage. It does not cut the wastewater. It simply pushes it through. So if you definitely need a grinder pump, if you're pumping through a very small pressure pipe or something of that nature, then you need to go to a different Kessel system. But again, these are designed to handle wastewater without a grinding system. Important to know. This is not a low-end solution that we're using a non-sewage pump and doing our best to pump sewage with it. It's specifically designed to handle wastewater with a toilet connection without the requirement to cut the wastewater. It simply pushes it through the pump and into the pressure pipe. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the product itself quickly.
Thanks, Eric.
Yep.
Thanks.
Marina's going to, I think, come
Finally,
with
we
the
did it.
camera.
Okay.
We'll take a look inside the tanks.
Come over. It's okay. So I can. Yeah. First of all, what you see here are, maybe if you go back a little bit, you see both tanks. So this is the F version and this is the S version, so the gray water and the black water version. And what you see, maybe you can put the cover on top. It's from the outside, you don't see any difference. It's the same connection, the same cover, the same pressure connection. It's nearly the same black water and gray water version. So there is nothing changed. The same tank, same connectivity, the same system. Yeah, and you already opened the cover. This is 3 screws. Put it out. On top there is the sealing. Comes with the product, and yeah, maybe the camera can comes a little bit closer to see the differences. So this is the black water version with a quick release to bring the pump out. I hope you can see it. So if you want to do a little homework athletic, you can do it 5,000 times in 10 minutes.
And again, that pump is not sitting on the floor, it's sitting on a bracket suspended above the base of the station.
And yeah, and if you switch over to the gray water version, you find the same system we have shown before on the Aqualift S100. So it's the same systematics, the same flaps, the same lever here to open the. This is a smaller pump, the GTF 600, but also. So this is mainly the biggest difference. We can put it out both, Eric. Maybe bring out the F version. And this is you see the difference in the sizes of the pressure pipe, the smaller pipe, the bigger flap, the smaller flap that are inside here. And this may be the question on the side here. You have this. How do we call it, Eric? This
back non-return flap release to let the water drain back into the tank if you're doing servicing.
And you can put it in both directions, in this way and in this way. And if it looks up, it says the water goes in this direction.
This might have been Gustav's question.
Yeah, this may be the question. And if it's in this direction, the flap is in automatic mode or in
free motion
working mode. And if you want to open the flap that the water can go out of the pressure pipe, you have to bring it in this position. That's just how it is.
Okay, that was probably Gustav's question.
Yeah. So and that maybe you look. Oh, it's not the same pump. But if you look from the down part of the pump, this is a 40 millimeter free passage, and this is a 30 millimeters free passage. It's the same on the bigger pump, but that is a different. Yeah, and that helps us to reduce the price, smaller pipes, smaller flap, and so on, and take more for black water. But these are to be honest, the main differences for the products.
Okay, good. Yep.
Really easy to understand. So if you have a black water version, you feel well with the gray water versions. Yeah, nothing more to say about that.
Okay, very similar to the above ground systems. So we're gonna pass stuff over, I think, to Martin, who's gonna finish up. I'm gonna move over there. But one thing I noticed about this, all this webinar stuff, it's nice, because when we have the customers actually here, and after the workday, we've got like Dave Wally, and Dave also always needs his filet steak. Wherever you are, Dave needs his filet steak. Ghassan Masri, when he's here, he needs his shisha bar after the day. Sunil needs to have his karaoke. Arnold from the Philippines needs to have his 4-hour lunch buffet, which takes forever to get finished. The ladies, when we have visitors from Vietnam, they always have their extra spices with them. But now with the webinars, we just turn off the cameras and go. So it's sort of nice. It's one of the nice things about it. But we're not quite finished yet. We're going to pass it on to Martin, who's going to wrap things up with some spare parts, I believe.
One question, additional question, Eric? Do we have the time for one question?
Yes, so from Raman, does black water pump lift water from base level, or there is a gap?
Might have to do with the question or the idea that the pump is floating off the base of the chamber. So it's going to pump the wastewater, but there'll always be a small amount in the base of the tank because our pumps are suspended off the base of the tank. So again,
I'm not sure if I understood.
We're not sitting directly on the tank bottom. The tanks float about, I'm guessing, 10 centimeters.
Yeah, because you need the free passage, also not in the pump,
to get
because let's say you have a solid of 40 millimeters. It needs to go through the pump, but it needs also, if the pump is placed somewhere. So very often the competitors do it in this way. Maybe you can see it on the picture, to have a duct foot on the, so the parts can go through it. But the pump is, so the height of the pump is nearly the same, but the pump is placed and it's fixed with a button. If the button changes, you get a pressure on the pump and everything switches. So in our case, this foot is not there. We bring the pump in this position, we hold it here, and here it's free. And it's a more advanced system than the most competitors do.
So there's another question from Sunil. Are the impellers made of cast iron for all these pumps?
No.
These are Kessel made, Kessel injected poly, not quite sure.
No, it's a high quality plastic.
Right.
It's not a polypropylene and not polyethylene. It's it's a special material that's very stiff, and that is maybe from the stiffness very compatible with the cast iron one, but it's not corrosive. That's
corrosion free, right? Corrosion free steel.
And it's light. It's light, that helps for the engine. It needs to move it. It's more easier for the engine. That helps to increase the power of the pump.
Another question is about cutter pumps. We have that also in our program. What do we expand this program? Especially in height, because cutter pumps, you can go higher. So do we have ideas to expand our cutter pumps program?
So we are always looking for expanding our range. This is a starting line now, and I'm sure we will have an expanded range of these products. For example, 400 voltage pumps, 200 voltage this line, 400 voltage pumps, and also if the market requires cutting pumps, it's possible. For sure.
So we got some chat box.
Another one, in case of the pump deeply inside the water, what are the protection or alarm for pumps?
The protection is IP68. Is it the question, Martin? I don't see the checkbox. Maybe you can still.
I also think about that, but it was the question. I think the protection is when it is inside the chamber and there is black water and there are safe and tight. So of course our plastic housing, we have many years of experience.
Yeah.
I think it goes.
There's a protection on the pump itself. It's a P protection. So if there's come water, Sicherung, fuse closes. So this is safe, and there's also terminal protection. And on the other hand, the pump itself is IP68, so it's really made to be used as a submersible pump.
Designed to sit underwater.
Yeah. for their whole lifetime.
For the
So
lifetime.
everything on top, that is maybe really interesting. Everything on top here, where the cable goes out and from where the electricity is, it's really, I don't know the English word, maybe you can help me, Eric. It's vergossen. It's everything. It costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's the highest, best protection you can have on with the cable outlet and so on. It's a Verguss. Yeah,
Yeah,
do you say
cast, I guess you would say it's
cast.
cast.
Cast. Yeah, it's like a hard,
waterproof.
It's a hard.
Not two component, but yeah, a
special
material,
component that is bring
keep water
inside to
out.
keep the water outside. Yeah.
Yes, now it becomes more clear. How deep can be placed a submersible pump into the water? 5 meters, 10 meters, 50 meters?
Yeah, I think I have to look at it. I think we write down 3 meters, but it's tested much more. 5 meters shouldn't be a problem, minimum.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, and the submersible pumps are only single pump model. Just to use it as a single pump, can we use it also as a double?
Yeah.
How
So
to
we have
do that?
we have,
When you need a submersible pump, you want to do a duo, a twin model version. Is that possible?
So we have
in a concrete chamber. Okay, yeah. I mean, here we clearly.
Yeah, we have mono systems, double systems. Mostly, if we have a double system, we use a control unit, but both pumps are available with a floater, with other sensor systems. So with our individual solutions, for example, we have a lot of possibilities. So you can go to Martin or to Eric and ask this question for a special application. We have a big range and big possibilities. As you said, we do it in our factory here in Lenting. So we have a lot of possibilities to make some customer requirement changes in the product.
There's another one, so it comes to the topic to combine this pump station or our Aqualift F basic lifting station with the resistant pumps. Is that possible for both series, for the lifting stations and for the pump stations?
Yes.
Okay, this was the main question from Adel from Qatar.
Yes, there is another question about the DES, installation DES. So of course there's a difference to put it under deep water, 5 meters, 3 meters, or to put it in the basement 2 or 3. So, and they have to pump 5 or 6 meters or 10 meters up if the curve allows that.
If the curve allows it, yes.
So it's different things.
Yes.
The pressure on a pump, if it's deep underwater, or is it installed in the basement 2 or 3? So that is.
So what is the question?
The question is it okay to install it in basement 2 or 3?
Underground,
underground,
under
or
the
in
concrete
basement?
floor.
Yeah.
In the basement.
If the curve
as
allows,
long as the curve allows
it. Yeah, you've seen up to 11 meters. It's possible, but you have to be sure because of the pressure pipe and the looses inside there. But we have a lot of space and possibilities with the powerful pump.
But just maybe a comment from my side. So soon we will have the Aqualift F basic lifting station with a stronger pump, because we have a special demand from China. There is the situation, they go often in the second basement in the meantime. So we will bring to the market during the next months. So I'm talking about summer this year, or the German summer, this more powerful Aqualift F basic lifting station,
So
especially for this requirement.
This is a freestanding standard Aqualift that looks nearly like our Aqualift FXL, the small basic lifting station that we have with a 230 voltage pump. We will have it from summer on now in a 400 voltage version with a more powerful pump, especially made for the second basement applications. Yeah.
Okay, good. So we're going to finish up. We're going to move to Martin now, who's got his presentation ready to go.
Eric, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Jan.
And bye.
Okay, now the last part is coming up, and that's after sales. But you should think about to use this one service contract plus in the beginning of your sales, because this is something what nobody else, I think, in the market can offer that. And I want to show you shortly what we offer you. We have a service contract plus formula where you can offer your customer a contract where he gets the spare parts free over up to 5 years. And it means really free. So when you do that and offer that in the beginning, that you see, oh, if you are doubt about the quality, oh, here the service contract plus gives you the security, then you can offer that for a little money here, the spare parts. So you see the prices. If we go one slide further, then you see the prices per year for, you have seen the Aqualift S and Aqualift F. There is slightly over 100 euros per year that you have the security that you get here the spare parts when something happened. We know that nothing happened, but it should show you, your customer, that the quality is all right and it is for many, many years. And you need our promise that the spare parts over centuries safe, that you get spare parts. Yeah, that's advice for the service contract plus. Please think about it to use that in the beginning of your project, that the planner have the security of this option. And here when you want to do that, get in contact with Darko. He is responsible to give you the formula and to make the contract of that. Darko is here responsible to make the contract ready. Yes, and the last page is that we want to talk about the spare parts. So spare parts are important for all our technical products, especially in commercial building where the product always should run. And you know, we have here the options that when you make your first stock order of spare parts, then you have a 2 years payment condition for that, for your first stock order of spare parts. The spare parts are mentioned, of course, in the spare part catalog. We have pretty soon our spare part catalog 2021 available. And then with Darko together, you can make the package for your market. And then please think about that, that the spare parts should also available in your market. Yes, that is here for the spare parts. At the end, I want to say our marketing support, what we can offer you here for all our products. We have the brochures. You can have roll-ups, advertisement if you want to go for advertisement, print or digital. We support you of that. We have the product videos, and yes, of course. And if you want to have always your advice, if you have new products, go on the press alarm, then the press releases they're automatically sent to you when you register there. Yes, that's from my side and from our side. So we want to thank you that you attend this webinar and hope to see you soon. We already mentioned now that will be our next one here. DOS secondary separator treatment. That's something that will be a challenge. And we want to show you how it works in a short time. And that is additional options to make nature better, to treat and to clean our wastewater. Yes, please come all together, say goodbye to our partners. Michael, please. So let's
So, yeah, we don't want to forget to give thank you to the people behind the scenes. Florian, again, thank you like usual for your great job. And so, as you can see, so all of us, it was a real pleasure to do this market launch today. And we're looking forward for the next event. So we will send out the invitation for that during next week. So we have to find the right date because of this short holiday season in Germany for the next 2 weeks. And yeah, thanks again for joining us. It was a pleasure. We enjoyed a lot. Hope you too. And to Eric, to Jan, and to Martin, thank you for all your efforts today. And so we are ready for your inquiries now. So think about how to use it. Let's make business out of this. Thanks a lot, and bye-bye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.